Okay, so I just wanted to give you a little update on a couple of things here. This is my lavender right there, and it's doing well. I'm gonna have to get some more pots and get them started in a little bit of bigger pot. I like the peats, but once they start getting a little bit big like this, stringly, you want to get them out of there and get them in a bigger pot because they'll start to die when the roots start to dry out a bit, eh? So this is what's left over. I've got some more seeds in there. Looks like a little sprout there. And I got 2 pots. So those are my lupins. I'm gonna get them in there and show you when they're done. Take them up to the farm this weekend. It's Friday. I always go out there on a Saturday morning. All right, let's get started. Let's get this over with. I'll see you at the farm. So I got a small length problem on a couple of the smaller pipes that I use on my greenhouse. So these are the couplers. So we're back at it today. It's Sunday. I had to take a little time off because I hurt my back last weekend. I'm gonna do the best I can with whatever physicality I have left over. I got old man-itis. I think a lot of people got that. So what I'm going to do is get back to my greenhouse. I got a very informative comment from a viewer that maybe I wasn't giving you some details in some of my videos. Now I know some of my videos are short and sometimes they don't have a lot of detail, but a lot of it's just like an update of what I've been up to that weekend, and sometimes I just can't get to it. Filming and working and trying to get stuff done is a little difficult for me, just kind of doing it by myself. So I'm going to try harder to get more information as I'm doing some of my work. For instance, I am getting back to my greenhouse. It's a 26 by 75 foot greenhouse. It's glass. I'm in the midst of finishing up the welding of the roof, which are the struts that hold the window struts. So there's cross struts and then there's length struts, and I'm just going to continue on with that. And I got a few other old braces, and then the next thing to do after that would be to put in cross braces. So it's also 7.5 feet high in the middle. So I got lots of room to work in here in this greenhouse, and I can't wait to make some later videos to show you what I actually have in store. So let's get started. So here you go. I'm just up on the scaffolding right now. I'm going to do some welding up in here. I'm basically just butt welding these. I do have couplers for this one here because it is short, and I have one for the other side as well. But I have about 6 poles left. One there, one down in the end there, and then a few touch-ups, and then it's just time to put in the cross members, and I'll show you that in a minute. Alright, so I'm all finished up on the roof here. I have one more of these long posts to put in, and I'm not sure if I can do it, but I'm going to check. But this is what I did. I put the cross braces in here and on the other side. So we got this down here solidified. What I also did was, since the north side here is the straightest and the most plumb, is that I put this cross brace in. So this cross brace is in here, and I put one in the next section as well. And I'm going to be doing this all the way along, all the way down here on this side especially. We're going to start on this side, get it all squared up, and then we're going to square the other side
with this side by doing pretty much the same thing, but except on this side I have to lift some of it. It's not quite flush or level with the ground, so I on the last couple of main posts over here and here, I'm gonna have to lift them up just a little bit. So folks, I'm also in zone 6B, in case anybody was wondering. This is gonna make it a lot easier to grow things in the winter time, because once I dig out a pit in the middle, I will dig out a pit probably 3 feet wide, probably 3 feet deep, 2 feet to 3 feet deep, and then I'm going to fill it with rocks, and I'll have a venting system that will come and extract the air from the square, from the pitch of the roof, and I'll be blowing it back down in through the rocks. And then as that's happening, it'll be heating the rocks, allowing the heat to escape and keep the ground warm through the winter, and hopefully that lasts through the night. That's not the only thing I'm going to do, but I can't tell you everything, otherwise there will be no other videos to show you. So let's get finished up here, putting in that last post, and tomorrow, which I have off, which is Monday, I'm going to put in this whole bunch more of these cross braces. Okay, you know you're a gardener when you carry your vegetables like this. But this is our haul. My niece Karen's helped me out here. We picked a whole bunch of tomatoes, and we're gonna let some of them ripen a little bit, but they're actually really good the way they are. So, but hey, that's not bad for a little haul. And there's a ton more. So we just ate an honey crisp apple that was a little small but delicious, right?
Yeah.
And we just tried the peaches, which are not bad, good. But the bees are getting at them. So hey, nice haul. So here we are in my garage. I mixed up some just a water and a vinegar solution, which is 2 tablespoons to 1 quart, which is roughly 950 milliliters, give or take. And I'm going to show you a little update on my cuttings that I put on the north side of the wall. So let's go see that. The reason I made this up is because I'm seeing some white mold. So let's go take a look. So here's those cuttings I made. There was a couple of grape, and these here are my pawpaws, and they had leafed right out. They were on their verge of dying, and they just suddenly came back. And the cuttings I took, I have 2 of them that are actually doing okay. Now I did check, and they don't really have any roots yet, so that's strange enough. But the grape is still alive. But I do have this little white mold or fungus that's coming up on the tips of it and stuff, eh? So I'm gonna give it a little spray, and then I'll come back on Friday and check it again. So hopefully this does the trick, and we can keep some of these alive. Spray the dirt good too, you know, it's on the dirt as well, so. And on the box, on the lid, and that should be good enough for now. We'll see how that takes, and we'll do it again. So there we go. So as I was saying, I needed to put in these cross braces to make the greenhouse a lot more rigid. It'll start getting more rigid as I start putting in all the rails, start tightening the bolts, stuff like that. But to be extra secure, I'm throwing these extra in. They didn't have it originally, but originally these were cemented in the ground, and these posts are not. So that's what I've done. I'm calling it quits. If you really like my videos, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, share it with your friends, and help me out. And I'll see you next week. I got an extra long weekend next weekend, and we're gonna come back here and try and finish her off.